Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. One of the things that is overlooked by both newcomers to the arm lifestyle, those that are just deciding they're going to do open or concealed carry, or even those that have been doing it for a while, what gets to be neglected is that there are two pieces that have to go with the gun. One is the holster, the other is the belt. And the holster belt combination is what matters most in both the safety of the carrying and your technique for retrieving a firearm and doing the training that you want to do. Now, I do both open and concealed carry, but mostly concealed carry. And I dress in business casual or in a suit most of the time. And when I travel, I don't like to be conspicuous in the belt that I use. And I've tried a couple. I've been a fan of the ratchet belt, and that's the belt that you slide through, and it doesn't have a pin. You ratchet it and then it stays in place. There are three brands, and I've tried all three, and only one has been successful for me, and I'll explain why. The first is slide belt. Slide belt. This is leather or faux leather, and it has the ratchet capability, and they have some pretty cool belt buckles that you can get to add to the belt. This is a thin belt, thin meaning in its width. It is insufficient. You do not want a belt that's this small or this narrow. It looks cool on a pair of slacks, don't get me wrong, but if you want to carry a firearm and an extra mag plus other stuff you might have in your pants pockets, the belt has to hold all of that. And this belt literally failed on me. The leather pulled out of the retention because it just couldn't take the tension of my concealed carry, which was inside the waistband, plus the other thing, the other weight of, what you have in your pockets, which I was surprised. So what happened was the belt separated from the leather and was ripped off, and I had to actually go and buy a traditional gun belt from a gun store, the one that you step through, has holes in it and all that. So this is slide belt. Pretty. If you're not carrying a gun, this is kind of work for you. The next brand is Next Belt. Next Belt. And it has the same ratcheting technology. Kind of cool belt buckle. They have all of these have really cool belt buckles. Same ratcheting technology. And it fits in here and you secure it. Cool belt buckles. This one really looks good on a pair of slacks. It didn't fail on me like the other one did. It just wasn't sufficient to keep the gun, and I carry between a 1.5 or a 3-pound gun depending on which one I'm carrying, and it just wasn't working. And then when I went inside the waistband, it just wasn't strong enough, right? Pretty, and they have some good selections in terms of style, but I don't recommend either of these two for an EDC gun belt. Then I discovered, and it was a discovery, a belt ratchet style by a company called Kore, K-O-R-E, K-O-R-E. And like the others, they have different types of belt buckles, way cool ones. But what's important is the belt itself. This is a very stiff material. The buckle is industrial strength, both in terms of the release and the latch, but more importantly, what they've added here is, in addition to the teeth that grip the belt end, they've added 2 screws that screw down and hold the belt in to give you additional tension. I've been wearing this for a while now, and I've been waiting to see how it would work. This is the recommended type of belt that if you're going to live the arm lifestyle and you want to have some style with your belt and not look like a trainer or some operator, this matters. And I am now a fan of Core. I have a tan belt, and I may get a couple of more buckles for different looks. But I am very happy with how this is able to handle the guns that I have. I have some mags that I put on the other side, on my support side, and I don't have to worry about anything stressing this and causing failure, which is embarrassing when your holster and gun literally falls off your waist onto the floor, which is what happened with this other belt. It was embarrassing. So the belt matters. This is designed as an EDC, everyday carry belt for civilians like me, and doesn't make you look like an operator, and gives you different styles of buckle that do matter. You can get different colors. Like I said, I'm going to get a tan one, and a couple others. So that's my report on everyday carry belts for those of you that still work in a day job and you have to go into the office, or you travel and you don't want to necessarily telegraph that you are a carrier of firearms. Core, let me put that name back up there again. You can just go look them up on the interwebs and look at the different styles that they have. By the way, I'm not getting paid to do this. This is just, I'm very happy with this belt. So if you have any questions or comments, as always, thanks for watching. Carry on.